Hello and welcome to episode 3 of DTRX. This week we're going to be attempting to get some wings and a front panel back on the Fiesta, which we have laying over there in a messy corner. I have to dig them out. Front panel I'm pretty sure will fit pretty well. It's got a little bit of damage up the corner here which we might have to straighten out. That will probably be one for another episode. I just want to get the front panel and wings ideally stitched together. We'll see how we go. And just so that they fit and they fit the doors. I mean, there's the door on the other side anyway. I don't know what I'm going to do there. Might have to put that back on. But yeah, just a little tinker session in the garage for this week's episode. So here we have a very dusty, albeit, but very straight and newness front panel and a pair of wings, which need to find their way onto that. Now I'm going to get the front panel on the front of it first, probably grip that in place, and then try this side, get a wing to fit, and go from there. I mean, it is a little bit bent this side, but I said that earlier. Don't want to repeat myself again. But yeah, let's get to it. As you can see, we've unwrapped the Fiesta again. Now, I don't know what it is, but this really excites me. I think I can see the potential of what it could be. At the moment, it's a pile of old put, but I think it's going to do great things. Now, one thing that I haven't discussed is engines. At the moment, under the bonnet here, there is a 1600 CVH. Now, as far as racing engines go, it's not very racy. It's had plenty done to it. It's plenty fast enough for the class it races in, and it's probably how it's going to stay for now. But something I want to look at in the future, maybe. We'll see how we go with this first, and that is turbo. Big turbo. Now, that probably won't be for the first season of racing, it probably won't be for the second, but we'll see how we get on. I might just accidentally get one this year and fit it on there and end up in super retro like I said I wouldn't. But I guess we're gonna have to wait and see what happens with that. Not sure. So here you can see that little bit of damage. It's just on this bit here, and then up into this section here. It's very minor, very minor. I am going to sort it out, but it's not got to be perfect. The main chassis rail that runs through there doesn't look like it's been affected. This side as well is a little bit of creasing. Again, it's just inner wing damage. It's nothing really to write home about. So I'm just going to get the front panel to fit these bits up here, which again are a bit bent. So I'll straighten them out first. Straighten these bits out, which are, the front panel's going to bolt to here, through these holes here. So I need to straighten this out just a fraction, and then worry about that later on, once it's unbolted. It's going to be a little bit noisy, but I just need to straighten these out before I get the front panel. I just need to straighten these out a little bit, just so that I can get them drilled through the front panel once I've got it lined up in the right place. Now, I'm going to get these bolted through here. Tinker with this a little bit. It's a bit messy. Where someone's drilled out the wings previously, probably when it first became a race car, they drilled straight through, and there's loads of little holes up here. I'm not quite sure what I want to do with that yet. It doesn't really make a difference. They're not going to do anything anyway. I'm probably going to put some either rev nuts in there or weld some nuts on the back, so that I can have easy thickings on and off with the wings, but get this straightened out. This is going to be noisy. I'll try and dull it down for you, or maybe play some music over the top of this, because this will be deafening, for me especially. So it's this bit here that I'm really focused on. Just a little hammer around. That's going to come out, but I'll probably want to strip a bit more out of the way first, because I'm just going to slaughter this and probably put my hammer through that hose. So I'm going to have a bit more hammer around here, get this bit straight on here, straighten that out, lay the front panel on it and see how it fits. And I'll probably do a cross check on the front panel from the corner of that scuttle over to either a hole or a feature that's the same both sides on the front panel, and try and get that on there square, lay the bonnet in the hole, and because there's nothing as a reference on that, probably not know if it's going to fit or not. So that'll be a waste of time. I'll do it anyway. At least my wings might fit a little bit better if it's in there straight. It's near enough for now. Move on to this side. Now I'm just going to get a tape measure and measure from possibly here across to the edge of here in the middle of them holes, and just see roughly where we are. It's not important. I mean, it just means the bolts are in a different position on the ends of the front panel, but I just want to do it just to see how far out we are. Measure. Oh, here it is. That was relatively uneventful. I normally can't find that. It was right there, almost like it was meant to be. So we've got a hole there, which is like factory press in. These 4 holes here. It's only a rough, guys. I'm just going to go for edge of the hole, and we've got 2, 3, 2, edge of the hole, and we've got 2, 4, 6. That's a bit bigger. I wonder if that's different. 115. Oh yeah, that's not going to work. What else can we try? I reckon it is just going to be something like that, maybe. Just a feature. Just pick up off of there. And we've got 174 and 177. So we go like that and like that, kinda. Just square that up a little bit again. We'll have time to mess around with this once we're done, but 175, 176. 1 millimeter? You worried about 1 millimeter? Yeah, I am actually. I'm not going to measure that again because that's just weird. Let's get the front panel. Front panel time. So, just going to lay that on there for the time being. Sort of nearly fits already. Oh, I've actually got holes through the front panels there. Now, I'm going to bring the camera in for that because I don't believe that myself, but these holes are lining up perfectly that we've just hammered about purely by chance. These inner wings will flex wherever we want them. We've got rusty grips that don't work. I've got 3 pairs of mole grips, that's it. That's all I've got to my name at the moment, so we've got to work with what we've got a little bit, which is, I think, what this is all about, to be fair. It's not the best equipment in the world, but we're going to get there. Oh, there's something in that one. Probably that collar from the lower arms. Oh, it's gone now, again. Gone, but not forgotten. Now, our front end will actually bolt on. Now, that's cool. I'm really happy with that, because that's going to make my life really easy. So I'm going to spend the next 3 hours trying to find some nuts and bolts to go in that front panel. So bear with me, and I'll see you again in the evening, probably. So we're starting to look a little bit Fiesta-like on the front here, which is good, being that it's a Fiesta. Now, it's going to go into there. Get nuts. I actually found nuts and washers, which is amazing. I do need to get some actually. I haven't got much in the way of supplies with nuts and bolts, so I need to work on that. That's brilliant. That actually works. A little bit of inner wing out of shape, but that's how I just want to get this front panel and the wings on. Deal with all that later, deal with all the niceties later, as long as they bolt on. And where these bolts go, I want to put maybe a little bit of either some folded normal 1mm steel or a bit of angle just on the ends here, just to support that area where that bolt's on. Because the only thing that's going to be holding this on is two there, one there, one there. That's it. That's all I want holding it on. Least amount of bolts, less weight is my theory, and we need it easier to get off. And also what I'll do is probably weld the nuts on the back of there when I eventually get some new ones. Weld them on the back, so it's literally just gun them in from the front, done. So we should be able to whip the front off of this in like no time at all. So if we need to get to any suspension at the track, we can just get straight on it. I have lost that already. I put it on. Ah, that'd be why I can't find that. They're on. So that's on. Needs a bit of, got a little bit of movement there. So I can get this measured up at the top. These panels, a friend of mine had these stored in his garage for years and years and years. He was good enough to sell them to me. His name is Bumble. Thank you very much, Bumble. Cheers for supplying the panels for it, mate. If you, well, in the Mark 1, Mark 2 Fiesta scene, you probably know him already, but he's a good lad. So we're going to get our tape measure. Now, there's two oval holes on the end of this front panel, both sides, which look about the same. Again, it's a race car, it hasn't got to be millimetre perfect, but I will get it as best as I can with what I've got. So I'm just going to measure from the corner of this scuttle here, and then I'm going to fall over trying to get to there. It's a long way away. We got 1390 at the moment to pretty much the centre of there, and then same again, corner of that scuttle, and we've got 1395, so we had to lean in the way there. So 1390, 1395. On a cross check, the difference is half of what you've measured, because you're on a diagonal, you halve it, and that's how far you can move it over. Don't measure from one fixed point in the centre, because that won't work, because that will give you a radius of what it could be, whereas a cross check from two separate points on the car that you know are straight will give you the perfect guide. And then what you can do, once you've done your cross check and you got it about right, you can measure straight from corner to corner, and if that's right, it's bang on. It will be anyway, I'm pretty sure. But let's have a little look. So that was 5mm further from there to there than what it was there to there. So we need to move this over 2.5mm. So can you believe that? On an old car like this, we're that close, even though we had a bit of damage. Yes, I've had a bit of a straighten up. I measured that from the chassis. That must mean them chassis rails are dead straight as well. So that fills me with confidence. I'm quite happy with that. Just need to move it 2.5mm. So I reckon it's going to be there, roughly, which is bang on where the centre of them holes are. I'll show you in a second. I'll measure that and then show you. So there's no cheating. Now, it has been said about me using no impact sockets on the gun. Now, what would be really annoying as if I used a ratchet spanner to hold the other side, wouldn't it? I'm going to do that now, just for you kicked up about that. So, ratchet spanner. Oh yeah. Move that over a little bit. I've got my ratchet spanner stuck now. Oh no. It's alright, I saved it. I say it was in the middle, it seems to have moved a little bit. Not quite in the middle, near enough. Maybe it seems a little bit over this way still, so we'll measure that and just make sure. So we're still on 195 actually. I don't think we've actually moved that anywhere, I think it's moved back again. Oh actually, 1390. 1390 and 1395. We still need to go 2.5 mil that way. So we bolted it up and we haven't moved. That's why it doesn't look in the centre of this hole. That's where I think it needs. I'm going to do it where I think it needs to go. That, I reckon, is about right there. We'll do that. Do that. And then do this and see what we've got. Oh, that looks better. So we've got 13925. I would show you that on the camera, but I'm not going to, so you're just going to have to believe me. 13923 or 4, I'd say, from here. I've gone a little bit too far. I wonder if we can just... Oh, it moves anyway, look at that. Nudge that back over. I'm going to go with that. That's near enough. We're only talking like a millimetre here and there, which it will move anyway. As soon as I take these grips off, that will move from there. So I just need to back a little bit with that. And that's probably about right there. Now I could get a wing on here now and see roughly what that fits like. Let's do that. So just going to show you that there. As you can see, there's that hole. It's not far out, considering this is a side with all that damage. And that's that hole. No, it's not. That's that hole, which is slap bang in the middle. Perfect. And there is the front panel fitted. Nice air filter. Nice rocker cover. I like that rocker cover, that's cool. It's a shame about that little bit of damage there though. But I might dress that up a little bit and make that look a lot better, because that's cool. There's a lot going on under the bonnet. We've got a fuel tank under there, oil cooler, catch tank, motorbike carbs. A lot going on. It just needs a bit of a tidy up. So we've got Mondeo servo. I think that's Mondeo. I do believe. Nice fittings. Distributor, simples. Nice gearbox. Nice flat hose. Oh dear. That's not going to work very well, is it? Them connectors, look. Gotta love a Wago. Gotta love a Wago. Just not on a car. A little bit of something going on there as well. Bit of a water leak there. Something's been welded up. A hole's been welded up on the front there. Or something. strangeness. Anyway, I'm going off topic. Let's get back to what we were doing. So, front panel. Let's go get a wing and see if we can get it to sit on this driver's side. There we go, there's our wing. Lovely wing. Don't know what the brand is there. Ribo or something. Don't know. Maxi car. Quality guarantee. It's top stuff. It's actually from 2013, this wing. You can see how well they've been stored. There's no marks on them. Beautiful. It does actually seem a shame to cut them arches out, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's see what that fits like. So it sort of lays on there. We'll take our grips off the front there. The panel sprung a little bit, but not too sad. And that'll actually work, you know. It's pretty good. Sort of fits in there. It's a little bit too much curve on that wing, but I don't know if it's a door or not. Could be the actual door itself, so I don't really want to get too involved in bending that if I can help it. You can see them wheels sitting a little bit further forward, 2 fingers at the front and about 4 at the back. So that's why we need our arches, which will fit somewhere up there. They're quite big, and then you can drop the ride height right down and get it on the ground. Low and slow. No, fast. Fast. Look at that. I'm really happy. That looks really cool. So I'm going to get that. All I'm going to do at the back here for now is get a decent gap through that wing to the door. It's got a nice gap at the back. I have lined the doors up this. I've lined the door up this side, but it's very dented, that door, so I don't know if I want to use it or not. So I'm going to stick with the line of the pillar and just give it an even gap, and then hopefully another door that we buy will fit straight on there. I'm not going to worry about all this. Yes, it is sitting up a little bit, but race car, isn't it? I say I won't worry about it, but I bet I'm out here at some point sorting that out. And you'll see. So I'm not going to worry about gripping the top end. I'm just going to put a pair of grips down here from front panel to wing. See, that fits really nice. That's really good. Make sure they're about right. Tiniest pair of mole grips in the world. I've got 3 pairs to my name at the moment. Some of you know me better will know why. I'm just gonna make them work again. There we go. And get that down onto there. And not grip them in because I've done them up too tight. Nope, that's a failure. I don't know how they would have been welded normally. I might weld it on the inside and just put a bit of sealer down there, I guess. I don't know. It's not really going to matter at all. So any which way we can, really. That'll fit on there really nice, actually. I might just put a little buzzer weld around there. It's looking good. I'll try and get you in and just show you that wing gap on the side there. Excuse fingers. So we're now got our wing in situ, roughly. There's that seam there, which will close up. I've only gripped it up here at the moment. It will close up as we get down the bottom here. We grip it together. You can see where we pulled our wheel forward. That's quite a lot. I might have to go back a little bit actually. I think I've gone a bit too far, but never mind. That's something else I can play with. Although, it does look quite pretty there, actually. I do like it. And then at the back here, we've got monstrous gap at the moment, so I need to come back a little bit. Monstrous at the top, tight at the bottom. So that needs a little bit of TLC. But I need to get something in here to fix the wing. I'm going to pull that back, see what it lines up like, at the front. I'm going to put our original bolt in here, probably make something about halfway, and then put one at the front and just weld the front panel to the wing here. And then that will come off as one piece, hopefully. Here's our wing for the other side. But hey. I'm just going to lay that onto there. I've just got no door to line it up with at the moment. We have got this pillar here. I'm just going to wing it, I think. Just winging it. Bolt in there. I don't know if to get that door on. It's bugging me. I know full well if I weld this wing to this front panel, the door will not fit. So I might, down the back edge of the door, of the wing, in front of the door, I might put studs in from the outside. So the stud comes through and you just put a nut on the inside of the pillar. Because that'll make it a lot easier. And then it will just slide on the front, clip around the studs, and then bolt, 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 and then the 4 at the front. Maybe 1 at the bottom, I don't know yet. And then that'll be it. That'll be on there. Well, that's pretty nice. I like that a lot. So there we have it. There's our bonnet. Fitting a lot better. And again, it's not going to be perfect. We're just going to have to get it near enough. I mean, that looks $1 million, and by the time it's all white, it's got some livery around it. That'd be absolutely fine. Nice gaps. I'm just going to try our door on. I've got a massive amount of room down this side, so that's probably going to consist of just laying it in the hole and seeing if I can actually get the adjustment I need to get the door to fit. I think we're going to have much the same as the other side. You'll probably find the wings are a different shape to the door. But same again. It's not really a problem. Just going to get that laid in there and shut. Can I get it to a point where I can adjust it? And the answer is probably yes. Let's go forward a lot. Got a nice gap there. I'd like to pull it backwards a little bit if I could. So that's something I can look at. Pin out of there. Put the bonnet off. Right. Backwards. Just a fraction. Just a fraction. Now that's starting to make sense. That's a gap I can work with by the time that's bolted up on there. I've actually got the same problem this side, where the wing is a different contour to the door. Strange. It's near enough. I'm happy that this can go together. I will do one last cross check just to make sure we've got this roughly where it needs to be. That will go into there, like so. The door will fall off if I keep hitting the car. Stop doing that. Right, let's just check that we're in the right place. Still, we've got 1394. 1395. Yeah, it's like a third of a millimetre. We're so close, so close. So here's how far we got so far. We've got our front panel fitting. I'll just show you that wing there. On this door, obviously you can see it's miles out from the pillar at the moment. That will go into there, and that leaves us a pretty good gap. We've got the same thing going on as what we did the other side. So the wings are not quite the same shape as the door. Oh well, never mind. Like I say, if it's fiberglass, it won't fit anyway. So that might be something we look into. I'm quite happy with how the front of it's going together. We've got nice little bits down in there that we can join together. I'm not going to get time now to weld this today, so we'll make it possibly on next week's video, but I might have a little surprise for you guys. So that brings us to an end of this week's video. Again, sorry for only a short video. I've only got limited time in the garage at the moment to get things done. Now, in the next video, we'll be doing something a little bit different. I'm hoping, if the week pans out as well as I hope, I'm hoping it pans out as well as I hope. Yeah, anyway, if the week goes to plan, I will be working on our new tow vehicle. Now, it's something I bought on a bit of a whim. It's not the tidiest example in the world, but it does mean I'll be able to bring you some videos on that as well. It's a Mark 7 Golf GTD. Here's a picture of it here, or maybe here, or maybe even here, I don't know. I haven't edited it yet. I'll give you a little walk around of that, what needs doing on that, and also I'll need to do a timing belt on that one and a full service. So if you're looking at what's involved in doing a timing belt on an old diesel, then maybe that's a video for you. If not, then skip through and wait until we're back on the Rallycross car again. It will say it in the title. Anyway, I'll make that clear for you guys. It might be worth a watch anyway. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. It does wonders for me and costs you guys absolutely nothing. Just points us in the right direction. And hopefully helps us get out on track with this. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.